Hello, Gladstones and gentlemen. My name is TVSkind, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we have finished, the Realm Reborn bits. Now it's figuring out what to do after the Realm Reborn bits, and people have been very generous with suggestions for things that we might possibly do, including the thing that I am sort of sitting right here stalking a little bit, this fellow over here, who apparently has a quest called The Rise and Fall of Gentlemen, which has been recommended to me. No idea what it entails, but it's got the blue thing with the plus on it, which probably means it's important. So let's go see what he has to say. Oh, he has like a lot of quests. An old acquaintance of Women is at wit's end, and the businessman would have you help her. Okay. I hear you've been busy as a bee, Brick. Seems half the whispers that come my way relate to your comings and goings. Being the quiet type you are, I reckon you'd be interested in investigating some queer rumors, am I right? Oh, I'm always up for a good queer rumor. But before that, let me ask, ever heard of a man named Hildebrand? Have I? In the game? Has Brick ever heard of a guy? I don't think Brick has heard of a guy named Hildebrand. Maybe he shows up in some other quests. To hear him tell it, he was Yorkshire's greatest and most famous inspector. Still, can't say I'm surprised you don't know him. To his credit, Hildebrand and his assistant has a knack for showing up when something shady's afoot. As for sussing out the culprits, well, he had his moments, though I hesitate to give him sole credit. Anyway, 5 years ago he gets it in his head that he's cracked the code of his, saying 7th verse. Dalamut, the calamity, all of it can be stopped, he says, so long as he finds the hero of prophecy. And when you know it, that hero was Hildebrand himself. So he flies off towards Delman. That's right, he flew. Launches himself straight into the air somehow, ridiculous as it sounds. Of course, it's only logical that he's got to come back down, although it was only recently that we found his body. Oh, Jesus. I had a reason for bringing this up. Right. So, Nashu, Hildebrand's erstwhile assistant, has since become an inspector in her own right. At present, she's investigating the queer rumors I mentioned earlier. She's a sweet lass, a bit daft, but sweet nonetheless. So when I hear she's at her wit's end, I want to help. The thing is, I prefer to meddle in the affairs of the living. Zombies are most definitely not my fort. So if you're willing, I'd be grateful if you lend her a hand. As for where to find her, she's like to visit Hildebrand's grave in the Lich Yard when she's frustrated. Try looking for her there first. Zombies? What do you mean, zombies? Oh, if only you were still alive, Inspector. You'd know how to stop these zombies. That's a pretty-looking cat, girl. Ah, you're there. Could it be? You've come to offer your services to me. Oh, but where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. Ahem. My name is Nashu, Agent of Inquiries, Extraordinary Inspector. At least, that's what I'm trying to be. It's not quite as easy as you made it look. Inspector Hildebrand was a great man, a really Orsian hero. We traveled the world, me and him, solving cases and thwarting evil. No matter the mystery, you could always count on the inspector to solve it with grace and style. But then there was that final case, the case of the century, he called it. How to stop the Red Moon from destroying the world. Oh, so he's from before Realm Reborn, I guess. To save us all, he flew into the sky, and all I could do was watch. But then he came back down, and he... Oh, Echo. This is all a joke. A big funny joke, right, Inspector? Any moment now you'll burst out of the ground and shout, "Surprise, had you fooled, eh?" And we'll laugh and laugh. Hildebrand Mandeville, beloved son. They say no one remembers the warriors of light. Their names, their faces, all gone forever. But I remember you, Inspector. No, Gentleman Hero Hildebrand. I can never be the hero you were, but I'll do my best to try. She had a whole costume ready? I, Nashu, Inspector Extraordinaire, will carry on your legacy. So I told myself, well, Nashu, there must be a leader, a head zombie who tells the rest what to do. Therefore, all we need to do is kill him. Again, that is. Unfortunately, I don't know where he is or how to find him. But now that you're here, my faithful assistant, you can try the one good idea I've come up with so far. If you go to where these dapper zombies were last seen in southern Thanaline, you might find them. And then you could, Oh, you could become their friend and ask to meet their leader. Yes, that's sure to work. I will go become a friend with zombies, then. Okay, well, so I'm waiting for a fate to spawn, then. How you doing there, buddy? Seem a little tired. I do like the detail that there's, like, mushrooms growing on its back. That's always fun. How about you? So this is kind of borrowing a little bit from Final Fantasy X. Like these little wildfire sprites, they're sort of borrowing from the way that the elementals were presented in Final Fantasy X in particular, with these symbols of various elemental forces. Like these runes that floated in the air. Seems like kind of a similar thing going on here. I feel so cultured. I feel so refined.
First blood. Double kill.
What's with the poses? Jeez. Guess I'll find out in time.
Killing spree.
I wonder if I can clear all this by myself, though.
Rampage.
Did you find the zombies? You did? That's wonderful. I've been busy too. The head zombie will rue the day he meets me, you'll see. So tell me, what did you learn?
Let's see. Writ upon this map of the Sagoli desert in a flamboyant, flowing hand are the words, "A gentleman is," rather than does.
Oh, so you weren't able to make new friends. Well, that's a shame. But this parchment, this is a map of the Sagoli desert. There's a spot marked here in the south, and look, there's something written here. A gentleman is rather than does. That sort of reminds me of... well, no matter. Let's see where this map takes us, assistant. Onwards to the Sagoli.
Indeed.
I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy, though. I say we call out to them and let them know we come in peace. And when the leader shows himself, we strike.
What will you call out? I will go with the wild rose blown. Again, that Final Fantasy II reference, the wild rose.
Who summons the gentle dead men? They live, and we hunger.
My brothers, lend me your elves. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. Okay. Spare this fine gentleman and fair lady your mastications. Withdraw, I say. Harass them no more.
Up in the sky. Look, it's a bird. No, it's an airship. No, it's the inspector.
We hear and we obey.
It really is you. I knew nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildebrand.
Hildebrand? Whom is this Hildebrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombiebrand, devourer of brains, undead overlord extraordinaire.
What are you saying? You're not an undead overlord, you're a gentleman inspector.
Inspector, overlord, inspector, overlord.
Oh, Inspector, you're just confused is all. Don't worry, I'll knock some sense back into that noggin of you.
Why do you have bombs?
Stay your hands, my lady, you know not what you do. Even if I were the esteemed gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more like to liquefy my...
If crashing into the ground made you forget, then an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you, Inspector, or kill you trying.
See? Even you acknowledge the possibility that this plan will result in my... death.
What the fuck was that face? What the hell was that face? Oh, Jesus Christ. This went all Looney Tunes very quickly.
Well, normally I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashu, but I would have preferred you found a more elegant solution.
Ha! He remembers me! Inspector Hildebrand remembers me!
Well, yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I do not quite remember is how I came to be here.
Don't worry, I'll remember it so you don't have to. Yeah, oh God, why did I say that? I swear to God, that had real source filmmaker vibes. Like that facial animation especially.
Ah, such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon and... Huh? Oh, what is this place? For that matter, who am I?
Instant friendship.
I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have woken at last.
Evoking, Jesus, you can hear my accent sometimes. always knew you'd come back to us.
Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might.
And who might this fine gentleman be?
Could he perhaps be one of my many admirers?
What is this faint tingling sensation in my arm? This ringing in my ears? This dizziness? Could it be a case? Maybe you should eat something. Drink? Sleep? A mild concussion will not sway Inspector Hildebrand from his true calling. Indeed.
Verily, it could be naught else. Somewhere nearby dastardly doings are afoot, and only I can thwart them.
Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat.
Aha! The Sagoli Desert, I'd bet my life on it.
Which means Ulda is but a short trek away.
Yes, it all fits. Only that den of iniquity could so violently trigger my keen investigator senses.
You need a hospital, dude.
Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildebrand shall soon deliver you from evil.
Which way did he go, Brick? Did you see? Oh, dear, I've got to find him. Oh, and change my outfit, too.
Oh, wait, shit, that was a different quest. No! Okay.
Yours is a welcome face, Brick. I have a...
Can I not? No? Okay. I didn't mean to accept that quest, but okay. Go away. Back in the saddle. So that's this guy here. Oh, girl.
Beg your pardon. You wish to question me about the whereabouts of that deviant running about town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mithril Eye? I do not consort with perverts.
Gee, if you're boring, just say that.
Wait, you're looking for a half-naked Highlander who likes to catch criminals? I think I'd remember a thing like that. But if you do manage to find an inspector friend of yours, tell him to do something about that goddamn duelist. My mate, pa's cousin's kid's best friend lost his blade the other day, that bastard.
Botolf. Botolf these nuts.
Oh, sorry, lad, but if information you want, you'd best be sure by going to Women. All the rumors I've heard about those about the weapon thief. Calls himself a duelist, so I hear. But when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well...
I guess that's the case he's trying to crack.
I take it you dealt with that zombie problem, eh? Do tell, just why were they dressing up like dandies? Women! Oh, hey, women!
Thought almighty bugger me with a bleeding spear. The dead have risen and they're walking the streets of Ulda.
Oh, no need for the melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated.
It's true. He's not a zombie. I checked.
You do seem hale and hearty, which begs the question, how in the seven hells did you survive that fall? Why, question divine providence. What matters is that your Austria's champion has returned, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice.
Heard about that, did you? It might be harder than you think. Even I've got no inkling of the fellow's current whereabouts.
Inconceivable. I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Wayman does without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance.
Well, I mean, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden would set her most...
This knave assaulted a young woman as well? The audacity! I should fly to her side and... Why, if it isn't the gentleman from the Sagoli? A serendipitous encounter indeed, unless you two seek the belligerent duelist. Capital! It will be invigorating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Nashu, we must away!
Damn it, Hildy! I ain't told you the lastest name yet.
Well, you can tell me instead. Well, Breg, you might as well go after him. He'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellow Moon. She's a woman with a taste for the finer things in life. Safe to say you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weavers Guild almost every day. Good luck with the inspecting, Inspector. God damn, there's a lot of quests in here. What the hell?
My beloved pure heart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You'll bring it back to me, won't you?
A priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrow to his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause?
What in the world?
I swear to you here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall scour all creation from the deepest pits of the seven hells to the very pinnacles of heaven for your pure heart.
What he said.
And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft?
Thefts, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain I had it when I left home the other day. After I browsed the latest fashions at Sunsilk and took in a match at the Colosseum, I realized it was gone.
So, the time and location of the theft is unknown. Essential details without which we cannot solve the case. There is but one logical course of action, Miss Moon, to coax the hidden clues from your memories. We must reenact that fateful day's excursion to Sunsilk Tapestries.
She has a good character design, that lady, though. Like, the yellow works really well with the rest of it. It's well put together. Okay, now where is he? Oh, good. All the way back there.
Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the day in question?
Well, nothing unusual happened, but if you insist, I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. What sort of man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse, in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled.
If I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that strikes me as a most unusual happening. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let's proceed to the Colosseum to see what you remember. Once again, Miss Moon, if you would be so kind as to tell us what you remember.
Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating which match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback. I whirled about and struck the man in the face with my purse. In shock, not intentionally. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, my purse weighed about 60 pounces and the blow was enough to render him unconscious.
120 pounces? Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. Which is precisely why you were targeted. Oh, it's so obvious in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion.
There sure are a lot of giant crates in Ulda, at the Weavers Guild, at Sunsilk Tapestries, and here too. These crates are everywhere, Brick. I wonder what's inside. But I don't see how we can open... Oh, of course we can. I still have plenty of explosives. Here, why don't you try it? It'll be fun.
Okay. Oh, right.
At the heart of every crime rests a single and unassailable truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehoods and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted in response, wounding his pride as a warrior and man. Resenting her prowess while recognizing his weakness, he carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellow Moon of her weapon, the pure heart.
Inspector, we found the pure heart. These strange men sneaking around town in wooden crates had it.
Oh, it's not what you think. We're not thieves, we're devotees. Yellow Moon is our sun and stars. We only wish to keep her safe from harm. And should she misplace an item from time to time, we'd collect it for safekeeping. Nothing untoward.
You deviants were behind all the thefts. All this time you've been stalking me. What nerve?
Oh, such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goddess's punishment.
Don't be weird, dude. Like, my God, simp for people on Twitch, not in the streets.
Goddess? Devotee?
Oh, but of course, that I had to inspect those crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago, those fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts as,
Those thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile.
Or, I don't know who's talking. Oh, no, that's a woman. Okay.
Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victims' weapons after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation were as great as you claim, you should have deduced that those buffoons in boxes were incapable of such. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. My name is Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildebrand, gentleman investigator and agent of inquiry, I presume. You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist's victims? I'll introduce you with pleasure.
You would be willing to share such precious information with me? Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this day mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship.
Yes, very good. The name of the man is... What the bloody hell do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet.
This quest is one long shit post. Since I suppose you're the imbecile's friend, you intend to help him. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. Well, the luck the inspector might find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. I wonder what'll happen when he discovers that the victim is a perpetrator as well. It'll be fun indeed. Oh, that's all the way outside of town. Okay. Would you consider doing a couple of character designs for Final Fantasy XIV shorts? Maybe. I don't think I've seen a lot of character designs in Final Fantasy XIV that are really worth talking about that extensively yet. Okay, actually, no. Hang on. Sorry, Magitech Armor, but, like, I have my Chocobo right here. It's a little silly not to take advantage. Plus, it looks very funny to see my giant cat man sitting on a Chocobo.
Aye, I'm Humphrey. And you are? That's I've caught up with you. You there, young sir. I'm told you are a victim of the marauding duelist.
Me? A victim? Amusing. You amuse me. True, I was challenged by the duelist not long ago. But where he thought to find a whelp, he found a warrior of light instead. I defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself.
You mean you won? That's amazing.
Well, it was nothing to compare to what I faced at Cardinal. Magitech to the right of us, Magitech to the left of us. Stuck in the middle with Master Lou we were. Core, he was a dab hand of the old magic, he was. I tried to save him, of course, but there's a limit to how many giant beasties a man can...
That man is no warrior of light. Tell them, Eleazar. Tell him how he lost and surrendered a sword that was not his own.
Liar, scoundrel! I trusted that bastard with my father's blade, bid him take it to a smithy for restoration, even gave him gil to pay for it. Then he comes crawling back, sniveling and begging forgiveness for losing it in a duel, as if that's enough to set things right. Look at me, you bleeding whoreson! Look at me! My flowing golden locks are no more. I've gone bald from distress and heartbreak. I swear to everything holy that you'll face a reckoning if you don't bring her back to me.
All right. He beat the shite out of me and took the old man's sword. I used the guild to pay the chirurgeon.
Is that supposed to be surgeon?
I have no idea where here the sword is. What am I supposed to do, huh? I can't give him what I don't have. Unless you help me find the sword. That's what you do, right? Help people? Have you no shame? First you claim a legacy not your own, then you beg others to help you with this problem of your own making. You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector?
Of course he won't.
Now what of Eleazar's golden flowing locks? How will forsaking young Humphrey help the man he has wronged? We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar.
That blade was a rare and ancient relic. He can't possibly think he'll recover it so easily. Do all inspectors dress like that? I never met one before, so I don't know what to expect.
Eleazar's sword?
Wasn't much to look at, but at least it was authentic. More than a few collectors have been tricked into purchasing counterfeit relics. That boy should be ashamed of himself, robbing poor Eleazar of a priceless family heirloom. Just goes to show that you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. Thieves and tricksters, the lot of them. May not be the most honorable solution, but mayhap you should consider giving Eleazar a counterfeit blade? If the deception brings him peace in his final days, would it be so wrong?
A little bit, yeah.
Antique swords. Oh, I haven't thought of foggiest about that. That traveling merchant Jojumpa is the one you ought to speak with, assuming he hasn't left.
Jojumpa. Whomst be where? Whomst be there?
I'm afraid I have no knowledge of an ancient sword. At least not one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, any wares I determine to be of dubious origins, I immediately discard in the spring east of Camp Drybone. Although I have no swords for sale at the present, I may have disposed of a facsimile in similar design to the one you describe.
Wise presents a quandary, though I am loath to deceive an honourable man like Eleazar. A well-intentioned ruse may put his heart at ease, thus sparing the rejuvenation of his flowing golden locks, whilst we continue to search for the genuine article.
Well, if there's a sword in that spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the more convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk in Camp Drybone.
You should endeavour to be more optimistic, Miss Ellie. Like me! I say, we search the spring first before declaring all to be lost. It occurs to me that I'm not yet fully recovered from my accumulated injuries. It would not be prudent to immerse my body in water. Not without first coating it with a liberal application of salamander oil. That is, indeed on many an occasion my dearest mother attended to my childhood scrapes just so. You understand the importance of my physical rehabilitation, yes? Well, then you can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body. The body is but an instrument in occasional need of oiling, so come, my friend, come and oil me up. I do not consent to this. I need an adult.
Jesus. This comforting scent, as though I am a child in her arms. Quick now, before it dries, knead the oil into my aching flesh. Oh, Lord. The pain multiplies manifold. Gently now, gently. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God. Oh, yes, at last. My muscles slacken and soften, the warmth spreads, and the pain becomes pleasure. Okay. Oh, my God. They're indulging themselves a little bit. Right there. Keep doing that just like that. Oh, yes. Now, once more with feeling. Jesus Christ. It's the thing of taking a joke and just making it go a little bit longer than it should. Oh, never before have I received such splendid ministrations. Now then, into the spring. You as well, my good man. Good grief. Oh, well, a bit of wholesome homoeroticism never hurt anyone. Oh, you've been productive. Excellent. May I see what you found? Well, I found a bottle, a rock, and a potsherd. No signs of the sort Frumpa mentioned, I see.
Ah! Now I'm all wet. What was that anyway? Huh? Did something cause you to... How did you not see that earlier? Okay.
Once again, my instincts have guided us to our quarry. That I had you search that section of the spring was a stroke of... Nashu!
Inspector, it's bad for your health to conduct investigations in those clothes. I'll go to Ul'dah and fetch you some new ones.
How thoughtful of you, Nashu. Whilst you're there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Eleazar as well. The newest, most potent blend you can find. Is it not wonderful, my friend? Soon all of Eleazar's woes will be no more. I love how derailed this got. From where it started to where it's gone. Good Lord. As promised, I return to you your father's ancient blade. Aye, it is her. Every chip and scratch just as I remember. God's bless you, sir.
I never expected you to go for such lengths for two strangers without thought of reward. Altruism is a rare trait these days.
'Tis common enough if you know where to look. A gentleman recognizes the good in every soul and understands that none deserve to be forsaken. Based Comrade Hildebrand.
Spoken like a true gentleman, though your garments beg to differ. Inspector, I brought a change of clothing. I also bought a supply of hair tonic from this peddler I met in Pearl Lane.
Excellent work, Nashu. If you would just bring me that case. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. Okay, fine. Okay, that got me.
Inspector Hildebrand.
Oh, this appears to be something lodged in my forehead. Could it be a missive from an adoring admirer? The author neglected to pen her name. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Oh, is that supposed to be flattering?
No, you... It's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him.
A challenge for me? Oh, at last the curtain rises. Well, very well. If I'm to duel the duelist, I must dress for the occasion.
Jesus Christ. It's just like, it goes so far beyond bad taste that it just becomes good again.
I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, accept your challenge.
He's incredible. So bold. So majestic. Just like a warrior of light. No, a gentleman of light.
Jesus Christ.
He is exceptionally something. Cool, Inspector Hildebrand, you look amazing.
Oh, fucking Cloud Strife hair on that boy. Okay. It's like literally got anime hair. Why is that man naked?
Hildebrand.
Why is that man naked? Okay. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, so that's who it is. Oh, I should fucking have known. Excellent. We'll talk about that later.
This is far from the strongest of swords. Blue skies in the rolling desert. How much longer must I seek the blade of legend?
Oh, it's my boy. The walk cycle too. Good. Excellent. No, not a Final Fantasy II reference, Nero. This time it's a Final Fantasy... Well, it's a Final Fantasy 5 and 4 reference, both, technically. Mostly 5, though. Like, I think that's the main one.
With my, let us call it what it is, genius, I shall bring you to justice. Wait, you wish to duel with weapons, not wits? Well, this bridge hardly seems appropriate for such an epic battle.
He gets his entire... he gets like an anime outro all of his own, teasing the next thing. Oh my god.
Hey, I know that spear. That's the one I found buried with the pumpkins. Pumpkins sort of remind me of... no, it's gone. Never mind.
Oh, it was released over several patches, so parts between patches had the coming next time sections. Oh my god. Oh, Lord. That's Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh, a character who... I think it was first introduced as a proper character in Final Fantasy V. Then he showed up again in Final Fantasy VIII. He was in 9 as well. He was not in 10, but he was in 12. I don't know about 11. And he's like the lore behind him, the story behind him is that in Final Fantasy V, you fight and encounter Gilgamesh multiple times, and it sort of becomes sort of an honorable rivalry thing. Like he's your honorable rival, and you're sort of competing with him. And eventually he falls into a place called the void between dimensions. And that's sort of the end of him. He sort of honorably sacrifices himself. And that's sort of been the sort of metatextual excuse for him showing up in so many other games, is the idea that he's wandering the void between worlds, and he's always searching for the most powerful sword in existence. Like, he's looking for the most powerful weapon. And usually that turns out to be Excalibur that he's looking for, like the most powerful sword. But he's also kind of dumb, so he keeps being tricked and falling for fake Excalibur weapons that just aren't nearly as good as Excalibur itself. But yeah, he's like one of the recurring characters in Final Fantasy deep lore, like a fan favorite who sort of shows up here and there. He also has one of the best music themes in all of Final Fantasy, which is Battle on the Big Bridge, which is a fantastic musical theme. I hope it's in 14 as well. Like, I hope it has its own version of it, which I have to imagine that it does. Like, if it's gonna go to the trouble of having Gilgamesh be a goddamn part of the game at all, then Battle on Big Bridge must be here. Oh, Lord. But, I guess that makes it... Oh, I seem to have a looping animation going on here. Don't want to look at that. I guess that makes this a good place to cut an episode. So, if you've enjoyed hanging out in the world of Final Fantasy XIV with me, you can hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons down below to be notified of when new episodes are happening. And if you want to watch them early, you can become a member of the channel, because the early access comes with membership. I also have a Patreon, a merchandise store, and a tip jar. And, yeah, you can use those if you want to, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to wear a mask, wash your hands, take vaccines, and try to act with solidarity towards those that are worse off than yourself, like Hildebrand does.